back at it with another episode, another week of Duo Jive.
Good
How's it
afternoon.
going? Oh yeah,
Good
Good
morning,
afternoon
depending
to
on
you.
when you're watching or listening.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, all of the above.
Did you ever see that movie with Jim Carrey, Truman Show?
Yeah, I have.
And he would say good morning, good evening, and good night. Remember when he would say that?
Yeah, oh yeah. And if I don't see you,
Yeah.
good
What else
morning,
did he
good
say?
evening, and good night. He also, I think the other phrase that he coined from that movie was, "It is a beautiful day."
I forgot about that. But he would say good morning, good evening, and good night, and then he'd say something else, and I don't remember what it was, quite frankly. But welcome to Duo Jive.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining, everyone. If you're just listening in, just tuning in for the first time, you've made it to Duo Jive, where two dudes, Noah and Chris, share just enough to keep it interesting. So thanks for joining and listening in on this week's
Thank you.
episode.
Right on. How was your week?
It was really good. It was a good week. It was a good
Yeah.
weekend, good week. Yeah, this was a pretty eventful weekend, which I will get in here shortly with you.
Well,
I'm
why
pretty sure
not
you know what
now?
it pertains. You want to go straight into it?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, the big one is this is Superman week, so we got to see the new Superman in theaters.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And I've got to know your opinion. I've been waiting. I've been curious on your thoughts, on your opinion on it, and figured we get into the nitty gritty.
Okay. You want to go first, or do you want me to go
Be
first?
my guest, but I will let everyone know. Spoilers ahead. The movie just came out, so I'm gonna
That's
throw
true.
that out
That's
there.
true.
Spoilers for like the next 10, maybe 15 minutes. So just pop back in, zoom in 15 minutes, and we should be past it.
Okay, well, number one, huh? What'd you
No,
say?
go ahead.
All right. Number one, I liked this Superman. I didn't like it as much as the other Supermans, though.
As Man of Steel.
Yes. I did not enjoy it as much as that. However, I did enjoy. There were a lot of things that I enjoyed more. Right, the characters were more cartoonish.
They were.
They were closer.
It was
They were much
very
closer to our comic book
comic.
characters.
Yes.
Yes, very much so. But at the same time, and I think Superman has always struggled with this, even though he's the most powerful man on Earth. They made him a big wimp, and
They
that kind of
did.
just
They focused big time. That's the first thing I noticed was they focused big time on his human side. Even though he is Superman, he's an alien, they showed that he grew up on Earth and he is definitely human and vulnerable in this world because let's be honest, even though he is the most powerful being on Earth, there's other powerful people, there's other superheroes, supervillains, and they made
sure.
it clear that there's some to contend against him, especially
Yeah.
whenever you incorporate Lex Luthor.
Well, and that was pretty crazy, and they of course were true to form with Lex Luthor, and in regards to the fact that Lex Luthor has always been able to get the upper hand on Superman at some point or another in the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many times has Lex Luthor come against Superman in the comic books? Historically, he was always getting the upper hand at some point or another, and then Superman would have to figure out how to get out of it,
Uh-huh.
which kind of made the story. And maybe just personally, right? I thought Lex Luthor was a little overdone on this
Oh,
one.
really? You didn't like him in this one?
I mean, I liked him, but I thought he was overdone. In other words, okay, his character was good, the story was good, but no man is going to be able to do what Lex Luthor did, even the richest man on earth.
I don't know,
I,
man.
I mean, I
You'd
don't
be
know.
surprised with what you can do with that. That was a perfect example of what can be shown if you have money, regardless. This is
Sure,
a little more
sure.
so because it's comics, it's cartoon, or it's fake, it's fiction. But
And it was
when you
very
have
comic
money,
book.
you have power, and I feel
Yeah,
like that was, in my opinion, a good representation of it because you also got to factor. This is early stages of Superman. So at the beginning of the movie, it went and it kind of narrowed in tones of three. It went from like, oh yeah, so 3 years ago or 30 years ago, Superman came to Earth. 3 years ago, Clark Kent became Superman, and 3 minutes ago, Superman got beat up, right, or something like that. And
right. Yeah,
in
right.
3 seconds, he's gonna land. Well, in that time frame, you learn that he's only been Superman for 3 years. Clark Kent has, which means he's still a baby when it comes to being a superhero, even though he's still the Man of Steel and still Superman. And this also goes for Lex Luthor. So he's a young Lex Luthor. He's not this old wise super smart man. He's just a really rich guy that has a lot of capabilities and he's smart and but still definitely baby. You know what I mean? Like still
Yeah,
early stages
yeah,
of Lex Luthor, and who
yeah.
knows if they do continue this, which it seems as though they will with James Gunn in
Going
this
to a
new
number
DC
two.
universe.
Yep.
I feel like we could get a more intimidating version of Lex Luthor, along with Superman and all the rest of the cast, which is going to definitely
True.
be interesting in my opinion.
It will. There was a lot of publicity, a lot of news surrounding this movie, suggesting by a lot of people that it was really woke.
Really,
And I didn't see that, but
I
there
didn't
were.
either.
Well, in the movie, I didn't see it. I did see several commentaries on the movie, and all of them were saying, "Oh yeah, he's woke and he's this and that." And I get it. I mean, we have
Who's
an
woke?
epidemic. What's that?
The Superman or the guy
Yeah,
that plays him?
no, this Superman. Well, I mean, the character in the movie was woke.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to give me more detail on this.
well, I mean, there's been a lot of commentary on Superman, on this Superman being a little too woke. And so when I went in to see the movie, I was expecting that, and I didn't see as much as was touted. In comparison, less than 1% of the 1 out of 10 references. I didn't see him as being woke.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. James Gunn, I mean, he's proven it that he doesn't necessarily care. I mean, he's shown it with Suicide Squad. He's shown it with the Guardians, all three, the top Marvel movies, in my opinion. And I feel like he's just kind of continued that with this Superman as far as not having a political agenda. You can say woke because let's be honest, 2025, there are now things that are considered woke that are just engraved in our natural way of life, like just normal economy, normal lifestyle as Americans. Like even though it may not be woke to you because you're coming from an older generation, but considering the fact that, in my opinion, looking at this movie, was there even a gay couple?
I don't recall.
I don't
I
either.
don't recall. You
Whenever
know
you
what?
said woke, it started getting me thinking of like what exactly was woke in it, because I was thinking it's almost as if this might be the most unwoke movie that has come out in a
Well,
while because there was no political agenda behind it. There was no, oh, we're making Superman to show people that it's okay to be gay or it's okay to do this or do that or accept this or accept that. It's just
women are more
Superman.
powerful and all of that stuff, right?
Yes, there was none of that. It was Superman saves the day. It was a whole new plethora of new characters and cast, and it was definitely James Gunn's spin on it with his random Justice League characters that he picked. He couldn't pick the Flash and Batman. He had to pick, what was his name? I forgot.
Well,
The
Green Lantern and that Hawk
Green,
Girl.
which is Guy Gardner and Harp Girl, and then man, I
Plus
just
the
totally drew a
third
blank.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy floating around in the chair.
yes.
Who was
And
he?
if you
I
give me
didn't.
a good 10 minutes, I'll remember his name.
I didn't remember him. I didn't. When I was a kid, I read a lot of comic books, and I've forgotten more than I remember.
He's deep cut. But that's James Gunn. He does that. I mean, let's think about how he handled Suicide Squad. Let's think about the fact that Guardians of the Galaxy was not a common Marvel character. They weren't as prevalent until James Gunn put them on the map with the movies. You had the Avengers.
Absolutely.
Everybody knew the Avengers,
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But the Guardians, they were definitely side casts. And then they all of a sudden became front and center when James Gunn portrayed them like he did.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I agree.
So I'm curious on these woke videos you saw. I'm seriously curious because I was so heavy in just like the awe of Superman and seeing this story being portrayed because like you said, he was weaker in this. He was weaker in this. I consider
Yes.
it okay because he's a baby. In my opinion, he's a baby, but he was definitely weaker. And that gives room for improvement, you know. Now you're not all of a sudden the most powerful man on earth like the Henry Cavill Superman. I mean that is top tier Superman. I'm gonna be
That was
honest,
pretty. Yeah.
top
Yeah.
tier Superman.
And I
And
did like that Superman better, by the way.
yeah, I completely agree. That is like iconic Superman, and I think it's because he was powerful from the beginning. He was powerful from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was just this. He was
No
this.
growth. Yeah.
symbol of Superman. Yeah, there's no growth with this one. If with the way I think James Gunn's plan is leading, is he's going to have more, and when that more comes out, there's going to be growth in which you could not do with the original Superman due to it being hardcore top tier Superman from moment one, from the first moment he's
Mm,
on screen.
mm. Okay.
Both
So
great portrayals, but different significantly.
absolutely, and I agree with you. So what's your score? One between 1 and 10. What's this Superman to you?
Ooh, that's a good question. What is my score on the new Superman? So, ooh, man,
Yeah, for
it's
this
not what I
Superman.
thought it would be, and it actually helped because of the fact that it wasn't what I was thinking. It wasn't exactly what I was thinking when I went into the movie. That actually, in my opinion, helps the score because it kept me surprised. It kept me invested. I mean, let's be honest. It helps that he was definitely appeasing to this newer generation with the. It was just constant go, go,
How
go,
was he?
go, go.
How was he more appeasing to this generation?
This newer generation and today's society, I should be honest, if this pertains to just our society as a whole right now, our attention span is no more than 15 seconds, which means if something is going on the screen and it's longer than 15 seconds, we're going to lose interest unless we're passionate about it or something like that. With that being said, he did a good job keeping us invested with that 15-second interval, even though even on top of the story, he was telling a story throughout it all. There was just constant action. Do you think about it? Like, think about how many slow scenes there were in that movie compared to the original Man of Steel.
No, you're absolutely right. There were more action scenes
Pumped
in
it with
this one.
action, with a sprinkle of a relationship between Lois Lane and Clark Kent. That was it, and then a little bit of whatever that was with Jimmy Olsen, his friend from the Daily Planet, and his side chick thing going on. That was the only relationships going on in the movie.
And the characters were well written. I did really enjoy each of the characters in comparison to the comic book Superman. I felt it was really good, really well done in the comic book sense. So between 1 and 10, so you
Yeah,
avoided
to
it
go
the
back to
first
what you were
time.
saying. No, 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 no. I'm getting there. Just got to build up, suspense. I definitely.
I do like how we started the episode off. I mean, just we just dove right in, and I liked
Oh,
it because
straight to it.
I was
Get
pretty
into what
anxious
we.
to hear your take on it.
Same. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you the same, but to answer your question first, I definitely think I'd probably have to rate that Superman. Just it helps that James Gunn produced it because I'm a big fan of his previous work, and he definitely kept it going
Yes.
with this movie.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
gotta be, it's gotta be like a 7.8,
Really?
7.8, possibly an 8. Yeah.
Really? I
Hmm.
expected closer to 10.
Well, I am big time Flash, and there was no Flash in that movie, so definitely a point knocked down for that. That's
Okay.
my
Okay.
go-to.
All right. I'm buying it, bro.
And
I'm buying that.
you're buying that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
definitely.
glad. I'm glad. And
I mean,
then
my
it
my feelings it just came down a point at the same time because yeah, you're right.
because of that. Well,
Yeah.
this is my DC character's Flash. That being said, this is a Superman movie, so it makes sense that he wouldn't be in it. But I'm curious to see where that leads with the future, and just since they didn't show Justice League, or I guess Justice Gang, as they said in the movie,
Right. Which
there
was
would be at
funny
least a
as heck.
tease or something. It
It was
was.
funny as heck.
So my rating would be a 7.8 with that. What is yours?
So did you say 7.8?
Yes, 7.8.
Man, just leaving the fives, as far as the scale, instead of a 7.58, 8.59, 9.5, all that stuff, we're going into 7.8.
Well,
That's
it's
the that,
almost an 8. It's just not quite an 8 for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there
I'm
was
very close
definitely.
to that.
You're close to what I said?
Yeah, 7.8. I'm with you. I mean, as a matter of fact, I was going to say about a 9.5 because of the flat fact that Flash was not in this movie, I'm going to have to drop it down. You're right. I don't know if it loses a full point, right? But it definitely lost some footing or some power there. But at the same time, and I felt like Lex was a bit overdone. So I mean, they could have toned him down just a smidge, and I think it would have been perfect. But who am I, right? I'm not the guy
Yeah,
producing the movie.
right.
And that being said, I give it a solid 8.
An 8. Okay, so just a little
Yes.
bit more. I mean, very similar,
Yeah.
but a little bit more. So
Yeah.
you liked it more than I did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
did
did.
not
Well,
expect
because
that.
it took it took me back some, to the characters of. Did you hear my foot squeak on my chair? But it took me back a little bit to my characters as a kid, reading all the comic books, all the DC comic books that I had. They were really, I mean, they were fantastically written to resemble those characters.
Yes.
Yeah, so I give it an 8.
Okay, well, in that case, if anyone listening, you guys can unplug your ears now. We won't say any spoilers, but definitely recommend going and watching the new Superman. It's gonna be. I'm excited to see where it leads us with the DC universe. I'm hoping they start to pop up on the map, in comparison to Marvel. It's gonna be hard because I mean they have just this year alone they have to compete with Fantastic Four. Fantastic
Yeah.
Four is one of my hype movies. They've been
Yes.
dropping these little like clips, these little
Yes.
clips online, and I've been watching them,
Yes.
and I am
Yes.
I'm getting dangerously concerned because I don't want them to leak too much, but I don't think they will. I think they know what they're doing. They probably are making these promos and these clips specific for us to see prior to the movie, and it's kind of giving us just these little teasers, really hyping us up, doing a fantastic job. But that's what's next. That's what's next to come on my list for what I'm looking forward to at the movies, which is a couple weeks
That's
away.
right. That's right. You and I are both on the exact same page there, because I feel exactly the same way.
Fantastic Four,
Really
huh?
looking, oh man, yeah. And they did it first. They did it in a period that any of the other stuff we've seen from any of the superheroes were not shot in.
Not at all.
That
It's in its
period.
own universe.
Yeah, like late '60s, early '70s
So it
period. It
takes
looks.
place in an alternate universe.
Yeah, yeah, because it's actually futuristic. A lot of it's very,
Yes.
very futuristic, right?
Retro futuristic, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be fun in that regard. The characters, I am a very big fan of all of them. Although I don't know the guy who's playing. I have no idea who's playing Torch, Human Torch.
Really?
Yeah, have you seen him before?
Yes, he's in Stranger Things. You haven't seen do you watch
I
Stranger
never saw.
Things?
I saw a couple episodes in. I was in a room and then
He's
it came on,
specifically in
and
season 4, the most recent.
I never did see any of that.
Okay, yeah, okay, so if you have the time, and anyone else will tell you this, definitely get to season 4 on Stranger Things because it is top tier. And I'm gonna be honest, I knew his name 5 seconds ago,
Well,
and
okay,
now
so
I can't
so he's
remember
not a
it.
nobody.
No, he's pretty dang famous, and he blew up from Stranger Things, and I think that's actually what helped him land this role.
Catapulted him into, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I can
it
see
got
that.
him
I
to
can
where he
see that.
needed to get. Yeah, because
Good.
and there was a few other things that he did, but that was his most notorious and most recent with being a part of the Stranger Things cast and just his portrayal as his character in that movie or in that show. And then of course you have Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, and then I actually wasn't too familiar with the Invisible Woman.
She's had a fair run.
I can't even remember it. Man, I'm blanking on all their names.
Yeah, but I don't remember her being in any of the superhero movies. She probably
No,
has.
she's new. She's new.
Yeah,
She's new to the
new to
superhero
superhero
movies.
world.
Yes.
Right on. Right on. Oh, good.
And then
That adds a really nice twist.
are you familiar with the guy that plays the Thing? I think it's Ebon Moss
I don't
Brock,
know. I don't know. I don't think I've seen him out of
the
themed
Thing.
character.
Okay. So he came from, well, I shouldn't say came from, his most recent work, he is in a show called The Bear. It's like award winning. It's on Hulu. It's about a chef. You familiar?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really
Am I
good.
losing?
I would highly recommend that show as well. You just need to take a hiatus from work and just binge a bunch of shows.
Okay. Dude, did you try anything new this week?
As far
As
as a new recipe?
I have been loving your Instagram and TikTok drops. There's one and there's another one. And
Yeah,
the things that
thank
you've
you.
been trying out and the recipes. Have you tried anything as far as going out and getting something?
Nothing this week. So this weekend we didn't leave town. We stayed in town and
When was
just did
Krispy Kreme?
that was 2 weeks ago.
But you just dropped it.
Yeah, it's called editing, man. It takes time.
I got you. I got you. All right.
It made
All
it
right.
seem
Good.
like it just happened. But
Wow,
yeah, that
yeah,
was
they
about
did.
2 weeks ago. And then this weekend we didn't leave town or anything like that, so we just stuck into town. But I've got a few recipes, a few late night. I'm trying to continue this saga with late night sweet treats. I've got another late night sweet treat that I just worked on, and then a future one to come as well. And I'll give a little bit of a teaser: peanut butter and banana. So we'll see how that
All
goes.
right, all right. How about new ice creams?
I'm slacking dearly on it because every cheat day I come around and I'm like, I'm gonna get a new pint of ice cream. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give my review, and then all of a sudden the day goes by. I ate about 5,000 calories and totally spaced on ice cream, and I'm slacking dearly.
Well, the reason why I have not brushed my teeth since I came home from work tonight is because I went to Johnny's.
What's Johnny's?
Okay, so this is the fun part about it. This town that I'm in, I want to respect their name, right? And so I mean, most commonly I refer to the town that I'm in because it's spelled Marseilles. What comes to mind when when a town is spelled with that name? When the name of a town is spelled that way. I mean, Marseille in
Marcellus?
France. That's well, some people would say it that way, and I've heard a couple people say it both ways. Oh, tonight I went to Johnny's, which is a hometown favorite, notably, by the way. And
Is it
if
like an
you ever,
old time diner?
it's an ice cream spot.
Okay, okay,
It's the one right at the entrance to my subdivision or RV park that I'm in.
I
But
gotcha.
I just gotta say this. I didn't tell them I was going to do this. They don't know I'm doing this. But man, 2 weeks in a row, they surprised the crap out of me, and it was a very nice surprise.
What'd you get?
All right, in Marseille, Illinois, literally right on the Illinois River up here near Chicago. If you're going into the Chicago area, I highly recommend it. It's on right off of I-80. I walked up to the window, and of course I go, "How you doing?" She goes, "Good," and then she stopped and she looked at me and she goes, "How are you doing?" She remembered me because last time I walked up to the window, I said, "I'm doing super stinking fantastic," right? And I said, "I'm doing super stinking fantastic. Thank you for asking." She goes, "I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that." Well, I said, "Okay, well, maybe you can help me out." I really enjoyed last week's new ice cream flavor that I tried, which was a cashew caramel. Goodness, did they load it up with cashews? Oh my goodness gracious! I got I got a little bit of blood sugar from that one last week.
Yeah, it's good. It means it did its job.
And I don't have an issue with blood sugar, you know. So today I walked up to the window and I said, maybe you can help me. I'm wanting to try something new for the podcast, and I have no idea what to do. She wanted to ask me about the podcast, but she didn't because she was thinking about what I was asking her, as you know, because I was the customer. And she goes, "Well, have you tried our caramel apple pie?"
Ooh,
I
now you're
said,
speaking my language.
"Well, I'm not much of an apple pie guy." But she goes, "Well, caramel apple ice cream pie." And I said, "Well then, no ma'am, I haven't, but I'd love to." So she sold it to me. And man, dude, my goodness.
And what do you rate it?
So the cup
Okay.
was like this big around, and it was about this tall. It
For
was
context,
insane.
anyone listening, it's a normal size. What would you say, like a medium? I'd say he just made a medium shape.
Well, yeah, that's true. I gotta, yeah, that's good. Thank you for framing it for radio. But yeah, it was larger than a medium. It was an
Okay.
extra large, and I think I bought
Wow, okay.
you know. And the price set, well, bought the small, but it was, dude. And they've got the best vanilla ice cream. So it had vanilla ice cream, lots of caramel, and of course these apples throughout, and then whipped topping, and then they loaded it down with apple crumb, the apple pie crumb, the crumbs from apple pie. You know how the toppings are crumbly
Sounds
sometimes,
amazing. It sounds
and
absolutely delicious.
dude, it was insane. And I was only going to take a couple bites because I knew it was too much for me. And I polished it. I killed it. I just totally
You
killed
ate
it.
it all? Okay, so that means the rating has to be high.
It was a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That's a high. You got to keep in mind,
Yes.
you don't want to lose your
I
credibility
know.
if you're giving a rating like
I know.
that.
I know. I know. I'm telling you. It was amazing. The ice cream was amazing. The apple pie slices weren't some frozen concoction that they pulled out of some can. I don't believe it. It just tasted too fresh, number one.
It was
You know,
fresh, homemade.
it tasted like the apples weren't that crispy. They were the pie. I mean, the apple slices tasted like they had been baked. It was, you know how when you bake an apple pie and it's got cinnamon in it and it's got the juices are cooking and
So did they
it
make an
felt
apple pie and put it on it?
it almost tasted just like that. That's how
And a
good
10
this
out of the
thing was.
10. I'm gonna
It'd
have
be
to come
worth
visit and try this.
well, you might want to. Okay, so it'd be worth a drive over from Chicago, easy,
Okay.
or Iowa or South
So anyone
St.
from
Louis or something like
Chicago,
that. Yeah, I
go
mean,
over there and try it and let me know.
right on, right on. Yeah, I mean,
Let me know what you guys think.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It was
Let me
really,
know what
really
if you guys agree with Chris. I'm gonna have to. I mean, you don't give that score lightly, so seeing that you're giving that score means that I've got to try it. Whether it's I get down
recommend it.
there or maybe what?
I
Okay, then that settles it.
Yes,
That
it
settles it.
does.
We're gonna have to do another taste test. But in the meantime, I think I'm gonna have to find myself a new ice cream flavor and give my rating on it. Mm.
Well, I had a really good one last week and a better one this week.
You
So
got me
you're gonna have
craving ice
to
cream
catch up on
something
me.
crazy right now.
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
Did you happen to try any new like have you done any new health recipes? I guess I should be the one actually telling you I actually made a new health recipe this week that I was pretty proud of and turned out pretty good. It was a very easy recipe this week and thought you might want to hear it out for
This has
yourself.
got to be this has got to be an easy no a bit because I don't do anything
No meal prep?
cooking wise. You're right. I mean, I make my smoothies in the morning, and then
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the day is kind of whatever's in or
Which
nearby when
that
I'm at the refinery.
before I get into that, that reminds me, are you portioning your smoothies better or are you kind of just everything but the kitchen sink style?
Trying to,
Okay.
trying to.
And by trying to, you mean you got it down to like 300 calories per serving?
Well, so I don't know what the calories are per serving. However, instead of drinking an entire blender, which is what I used to do, now I put it into a carafe and I break it off into like 3 days, 3 different mornings.
Good. Good. Oh, okay. Okay. Quickly, and briefly, can you name off all of the items you put in it?
Yeah, so I put like 6 strawberries, probably a little bit under a half a cup of blueberries,
Okay.
2 bananas.
Okay.
I blend raw eggs, 2 or 3 of those on average.
Two or three? I'll say three.
A daily serving of protein powder, and then some gold powder. I forget what it is actually. Turmeric, I think,
Okay.
and then some couple of other spices. A lot of cinnamon. I put a lot of cinnamon in there. Some
Okay.
granola. I put chai seeds and several different seeds into it, and then I blend it.
Okay. So with those ingredients that you just explained to me, if we were to portion those correctly, my guess is you probably made a smoothie that is about 800 calories. If you break it off into three segments, that's three, or I'm sorry, 250, right? Eight, no, I'm tripping. Yeah, so you're probably consuming about 250 calories per smoothie, which isn't bad if you do break that. If you break off that amount in one serving, or I'm sorry, in three servings, then that's not bad. But if you chug that whole thing, you're probably consuming about 800 to 850 calories.
And it usually felt like I was doing a 2,000 calorie smoothie. I mean, it's really
I mean, if
filling.
that's your meal, yeah, I mean, if that's your meal, that's good. But if that's your, appetizer and then you go do lunch and dinner still,
Well,
it's easy to
so
beat your
I never do
calories at that
dinner.
point.
I never do dinner. I'm done eating at
Mm-hmm.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't eat again unless I go do an ice cream like I did today.
Now you got to be careful. It makes you sound old whenever you don't eat dinner like that if you don't eat past 6.
Well, what I've noticed, and I am old, by the way, but what I've noticed is I sleep better on an empty stomach.
That's good. Yes. I understand that. I'm just pulling your leg.
I don't. I believe me, I'm used to it. Matter of
Uh,
fact, just going to throw this out there. A couple weeks ago, we did an episode, and a couple people made some remarks about the episode because they didn't like what I was saying, and they said, and all of them were kind of the same. This old guy, who's going to
old
listen to
white
this old
man.
guy?
Old white man. Old white man. Crazy. You're not allowed to have an opinion because you're old and you're white and you're a man.
And
Oof.
and that's fine.
The
I
trifecta.
thoroughly enjoyed those comments, and I responded to them. Like, yep, you're right, absolutely. This
I
old white
agree.
man,
Yeah.
this old white man doesn't have a reason to lie. So here we are.
Mm,
But yeah, I get that a lot.
well, I get
Being
that.
old has its privilege.
The recipe, just to kind of revert back real quick, because I do want to get it off just so that way if anyone wants to
Try it.
further discover it, you can always hit me up and let me know. But the recipe, the meal prep that I made for both Tiff and I this week was a Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito.
Hopefully.
So, Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito. There's a little bit of spice, not too much. I actually had to cut it back because the spice level was a little too much for me. Because I'm going to be honest, I am a young white man. My spice tolerance is ketchup is spicy. So put that into perspective, and then we can understand, very low spice tolerance. Need to actually work on that. But I made a Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito that the macros came out to 400 to 450 calories with 60 grams of protein. And
Per
that is what I
serving,
consume per serving. And that's what I eat for lunch every day.
and that's a burrito.
Yes, it's a burrito.
450 calories in a burrito that you're consuming daily.
Yes, that I consume daily for lunch. In that, the recipe calls for Carb Master, Carb Balance, tortillas, which are low calorie, low carb, which are good to start out with. They're a great way to house your food, but you're not getting a lot of calories from it. And then you grill up some chicken, add the spices you want. You can ask me what spices I use if you want to know. Just hit me up, DM me. And then I made my own homemade Chipotle Ranch sauce that called for Greek yogurt, adobo peppers or adobo sauce with peppers and some ranch seasoning, not ranch sauce, ranch seasoning. It's 0 calories, so a lot less, and a few other things. Some bacon, some center cut bacon, less fatty, and lettuce and pico. Threw that all in, toasted on both sides, and have been devouring it each and every day.
You're prepping a week at a time.
Yep. So right now Tiff and I are on this routine to where every other week we take turns, and this week was my week. So on Sunday I meal prepped our meals for the entire week for lunches. I still come home and make dinner. Tiff makes dinner, but for lunches they're taken care of for both of us. And our
That's awesome.
lunches. Yep. So this week was my week. I did the Chipotle Ranch burritos. Last week Tiff did hers, but she did. We did cod with some with a very light vegetable salad. Delicious. Very, very light that week. It was only like 200 calories for the whole thing every day. Talk about an easy way to burn. You just eat some fish with some salad. That'll get you where you need to go.
Dude, you got me hungry again.
I'm hungry myself. I'm gonna go devour some ground turkey and a small potato after the air fried potato after this.
All right. All right.
I do have another segment, and this one actually pertains to DC to keep the DC segment going. Because it's Superman week, I guess, because we watched the movie. And since it's Superman week, I made a trivia question pertaining to DC this week. If you're interested.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to fail miserably, but that's okay.
I don't think you will. I think you got.
I believe you
I think
never
you got it in the
succeed if you
bag.
don't try. You got to
That's
try
it.
until you succeed. Yep.
You got it.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. I've got 10 questions, so this is it. You're listening to our trivia time segment, so thanks for tuning in. We're going to put your pop culture brain to the test. Are you ready? This
Yes.
week's topics, DC Comics.
Of course,
All
in
right,
honor
so
of Superman.
whether you're Team Batman, ride for Superman, or just here for the chaos of Gotham, we've got 10 beginner-level DC trivia questions lined up and ready to go. Question number 1. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What is the real name of Batman?
Bruce Wayne.
Ding, ding, ding. You didn't even need multiple choice on that. I love it. We're going to keep it going. We're just going to keep a smooth pace of this. We're going to get through with 10 questions right. Are you ready?
Is it possible? I can get them all right.
I think you can.
Fun. That's really
Question
funny.
number 2.
All right, go ahead. Question number 2.
Which superhero is known as the Man of Steel?
My God. It's, of course, Superman.
Once again, ding, ding, ding. And you didn't need multiple choice again. Dude, this is where it's at.
Okay, let's do it again.
Question number 3. What is Wonder Woman's homeland called?
Well, she was an Amazonian,
Yep.
and her homeland was
I do have multiple choice
gonna
if
have to be a
needed.
multiple choice. Gonna have to be a multiple choice question. Yes. Nope. Nope. It's gonna have to be. Did you say Themyscira?
Themyscira.
Themyscira. T-H-E or
Yes.
I. Skira.
You got it. T-H-E. Yep.
Yep.
Themyscira. That's your
Yep.
answer?
Yes, it is.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right. You are on a hot streak. I need
And
to
I
get a
only
round
got
of
it because it
applause.
rhymed with mascara. No, I'm just kidding.
You,
I'm
oh,
kidding.
you think? Yep. Be careful with that one. Question number 4. Which DC hero uses a power ring to create energy constructs?
I
Hint.
spell. I don't need them. It's gonna have to be Green Lantern.
Ding, ding, ding. Round of applause. Question number 4 is correct. We are now at the halfway point. Well, one more question. Question number
All right.
5.
All right. All right.
Which DC villain is known for his maniacal laugh and chaotic crimes in a darker city, also known as Gotham City?
Gotham. Yeah. It's probably gonna have to be the Joker.
You are correct. That is the answer. Ding, 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 ding.
I guess we're
We
finding
have
out
made
what
it.
comics I read more of than
5 for 5, dude. Yeah, I think you're right. Question number 6. Which member of the Justice League can talk to fish?
that's no doubt going to be Aquaman.
Ding, ding, ding. Question number 6 is correct. You are 6 for 6. Congrats. It's got to feel really good where you're at right now.
It's kind of but it's scary. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Now you have a lot of pressure. Okay, don't let the pressure get to you, but here's question number 7.
All right.
What is the name of Superman's home planet?
Well, that is going to have to be Krypton.
Wow. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. You got it without multiple choice. Well done. Question number 7 is correct. I like this. Question number 8. This one may be too easy, I'm going to be honest. Who is the fastest superhero in the DC universe?
We all know who that is.
I'm not giving you multiple choice.
So it's no doubt going to be Flash.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. Wow. 8 for 8, man.
Yep, he's even faster than Superman.
Yes. Yeah, the fastest.
Yeah.
Question number 9. Which hero is also a billionaire who fights crime with gadgets and martial arts?
Well, that's going to be Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct, correct. That's it. You
This
are now
series,
9 for 9. You are one away from being
perfect
completely
streak, huh?
clean.
That's
Clean
hilarious.
streak.
All right, go ahead.
I don't want this to break you, but here we go. Question number 10 for all the marbles to get it all. Which teenage superhero leads the Teen Titans?
Teenage superhero that
That
leads the
leads
Titans.
the Teen Titans. I do have
Well,
multiple choice.
well, the first person that comes to mind, I believe, is going to be in that multiple choice. Go ahead, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Can I have the multiple
A.
choice?
A. Beast Boy. B. Cyborg.
No.
C. Robin. Or D. Starfire.
It's going to be Robin. That's who I was thinking.
Drum
10%. This episode of Can You Get 10 Questions Even a Third Grader Can Get?
Yeah. Hey. You got to start somewhere. These were easy to intermediate, and let's be honest. Now we know you can do DC, and next time I'm gonna up the stakes. You just got to be ready for it. You might want to even do some studying because I will up the stakes.
All right. All right. All right. I think you should. Because I guess I'm finding, and you know what's funny? I couldn't have told you that I did, but I guess I read more DC comics when I was a kid than I did Marvel comics.
More your style, yeah. That makes a lot more
But now
sense.
that you mention it, I did have a pretty good collection, especially
Yeah,
for
I
certain.
mean, You had the actual comics?
But yeah, I
What'd you
had
do with
quite the
those?
collection. So actually, when I was in high school, my sophomore year, a friend of mine had some comics I wanted. I had some comics he wanted. So we just literally took both of our collections and traded. I ended up with some that I used to have, and he ended up with some that he used to have. But it gave us the opportunity. We were going to trade back and never did. I started buying and selling cars, and the comics became an
Upgraded a
odd.
little bit.
Yeah,
I
and we
get
we
that.
were also reading. We were also reading more books too. Doc Savage and all that stuff. That was my time. That was in my time. Yeah. All right, you ready for a couple questions?
Oh, you got a couple for me.
Of course I do.
How exciting. Is this Marvel or DC?
It's gonna be DC, bro. In honor of
Okay,
Superman, in honor of
let's do
Superman,
it.
we are pulling out the DC questions today.
You're about to see
Yes,
how
I
bad I
did.
am at DC.
Well, we're gonna probably not find that out at all. We found out just how easy you can make questions. I think these might fit us into a little bit advanced category, which would be better
Okay.
for you, no doubt. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Question number one. Who is not a Green Lantern? Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, or Selena Kyle?
Selena Kyle.
Really? And that answer is correct, my brother.
Okay.
Selena
Whew,
Kyle
you had
is
me
not a Green.
nervous.
And then question number two. What is
Does it say who Selena
Cyborg's?
Kyle? I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Does it say who Selena Kyle is?
She's a character from the DC Comics universe, but is better known as the superhero
Catwoman?
slash anti-hero Catwoman.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry.
Most often associated with Batman in the city of Gotham. Question number two. What is Cyborg's real name and what is his occupation before his accident?
And multiple
Do you
choice?
need multiple choice?
I
All
do.
right. All right. Number one, or choice number one, Victor Stone and a wrestler. Number two, Victor Stone and a football player. Number three, Victor Lewis, the musician. And number four, Victor Marshall, the scientist.
It is going to be Victor Stone, the football player.
Ding, 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 ding. You got question number two down. And yes, you are on the same streak I found myself on earlier. And I
Man,
don't know if this, yep. So here's question number two. Who is the actual son of Bruce Wayne?
Damian Wayne.
And the answer is Damian Wayne. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, number three, you got. Congratulations. You are 3 for 3. Okay.
Man, let's keep her
So
going.
now this one's a little tougher for me.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to, I'm interested to see what you get. This is question number four.
4.
Question number four.
Yes.
Question number four is, who was the first Robin? Was it Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, or Damian Wayne?
I believe that's going to be Dick Grayson.
And the answer is Dick Grayson. Ding, ding, ding. You are 4 for 4. Keep it up. Are you ready? Now, I don't know if this is a good one for me to ask you because you're a major fan of this guy. Who,
Okay.
in question number 5, who does Barry Allen Flash 2 in Flash 2 end up marrying? Would you like the multiple
What?
choice?
Yes, I'm going to need multiple choice. In Flash 2?
Yes. In Flash 2, who does Barry Allen end up marrying? Is it Linda Park, Iris West, Patty Pivot, or Diana Price?
Good gosh, dude. When you say Flash 2, that wigs me out. Because his girl is Iris West. But when you say Flash 2, maybe this movie takes place in an alternate universe and he ends up going with Patty.
Well, then, you're going to have to really jog your memory.
When you say Flash 2, does it give more context? Is it talking the cartoon? Or what is it?
Well, I mean, no, this was, well, so in the comic books, let me see, Barry Allen in the DC Comics universe marries this young lady who was a longtime love interest.
What does it say her occupation?
Yes, it does.
What is it?
She's a journalist.
Okay, well that's going to be Iris West.
It most certainly is. Yes, sir. Ding, ding, ding. You got 5 for 5. All
Okay,
right.
good.
That was a little tougher, and I like it.
It
All
was
right. All right. So, question number 6. What do the red lanterns represent?
anger.
Is it will, or is it rage, or is it death, or is it fear?
The answer to your question is
The
going
red
to
lantern.
be rage.
And you are right. Question number 6 was a win for you. That is 6 for 6.
Woo!
Congratulations. Yeah, you're on quite the streak right here. The blackest night, question number 7. The blackest night falls from the skies. The darkness grows as all light dies. We crave your hearts and you demise. By my black hand, the dead shall arise. Whose lantern corp oath does this belong to? Is it green,
Multiple.
violet, blue, or black?
The answer is going to be black.
And that was the right answer. Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Give it to me.
Question number 7 is a
Yes,
correct
sir.
answer for you. You are 7 for 7. 3 more to go, and you could have a perfect run here. All right.
And give you a run for your money.
Yep. And so, that 7 or was this 7?
That was 7.
Okay, that was 7. So, question number 8. Star Labs stands for what? Is it scientific and technical adult research, or is it scientific and technological advanced research, or is it superior tactics of adult reptiles, or is it super technology of advanced research?
It's going to be B. You're going to have to re-say it, but it's B.
Scientific and technical advanced research. And that answer, my brother, is right. You got
Man,
question
I'm a
number
little
8.
nervous.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much. You are on the best streak of all. 8 for 8 with harder questions than I had for sure. So let's go with question number 9. Wonder Woman was created from clay and sand and given life by the gods. Is that a true answer or is that a false answer?
That's a false answer.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer? She was
No, I take
created?
it back. She was. She was. That's a true answer. That's
Yes,
a true statement. Because of the fact that what threw me off was the clay and sand. But I
that is correct.
knew about her being created by the gods. So
Yes, sir. You
yeah,
are
you
correct.
had me there. But I do
Question number
recall.
9. Very good answer. Ding, ding, ding. You are correct. 9
Almost
for
lost that
9.
one.
You are 9 for 9. And so let's see if we can make it perfect. Question number 10. Question number 10 asks this very simple question. Calendar Man is a hero. True or false?
False.
Dude, congratulations.
He's a
Congratulations. You
villain.
are, yes, a perfect streak. 10 for 10 with much harder. Several questions I had no clue to. Congratulations. You
Thank you. Thank
killed
you.
it.
Thank you. Well,
All
I
right.
appreciate that. I couldn't let you one up me with that 10, that perfect 10 streak. So
I
had to
knew
make
that
you
would be
have a
the
run for your
case.
money.
Yeah, I find myself wondering now how Levi would enjoy this. We
That's a
need to
good question.
drag.
We might have to have him on as a
Yes,
guest speaker
yes, yes,
just
yes.
for
We
that
need to get
segment,
him,
like the whole thing.
drag
But
him in.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
for
We
that
need to
segment,
drag him in next week, and if he's
that's a
not
good
working,
idea.
yep. Because I'm sure that he would, and I'd be curious as heck to see how he would do on this. On this,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it would be fun. With that being said, that has been your DC trivia for today with Duo Jive. Both Noah and Chris, let us know how many you guys got right, and stick
yes,
around because we're gonna have more in the future. We're gonna have some more, and you'll be able to listen to those as
next week
well.
will be interesting. Fantastic Four doesn't come out this week, does it?
No, that comes out at the end of July. So we've got a couple more weeks.
Right on.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm a, you know, it's funny you've been mentioning I need to watch certain movies in order to become more versed in Marvel, but I will enjoy the DC movies better, especially Superman and Flash.
You had thoughts on the on watching others and their highlight reels. And I was just curious
Oh,
what you were thinking about on that.
it's, I mean, so I am an occupational health and safety consultant by trade, and I typically am in refineries or plants a lot like a refinery. Maybe it's a chemical plant that refines products by bringing it to a certain boiling point or a certain temperature and refining it into products that they can use in other industries. This is a trade that I've been very passionate about because I'm able to help people every day. I'm in typically a BRM, which is a blast resistant module that's in a unit and in one of the units doing this work. And we're talking about how we're going to be safe for that day. And I don't like the idea of going right into the safety topic for the day. I like the idea of understanding where these guys are at, what they're doing, what's going on in their lives. So we talk about other things first before we do that. And many times now I'm hearing these young men, because they're all our average young man on crew is going to be 22, 21, 20.
Okay.
We had a couple 19-year-olds. They just went to another project because
Youngins. Wow.
yeah, because yeah, we're meeting the deadline, and we're so they're downsizing the crew a little bit, but we had some 19-year-olds, and so it's a young crew, and they usually are. So, and then of course we got the seasoned guys that are old and wrinkly like me, and they're typically in a management position. But um, in hearing these guys talk and talking with them and them chatting it up with each other, there's a lot of conversation about people that they are following, people they somewhat idolize, people that they're intrigued by and even enamored by in a lot of cases, really
Okay.
excited about and want to trade places with because they want their life instead of their life. They don't want to go to work and get dirty every day. And they idolize these people who have the life of an influencer, right? Or a
Yes.
motivator
Okay, so do you
online.
have anyone in particular?
You mean an influencer in particular?
Yeah, like are they kind of all in the same realm or just you just have a whole they're all kind of they all have that same idea where they want to be someone else.
Everybody's got one somebody else, right? There's no one.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
everybody's following somebody, and they're talking about them every day. They're talking about them, and it encourages me somewhat because I know maybe they can listen to Duo Jive and hear this segment here, especially. But the thing that I've noticed is there's a very strong influence in these young men's lives, and young girls' lives if they're part of the crew by influencers. Everybody's watching somebody, and they're idolizing somebody else's life and wanting their life, and that's what they're thinking about. And nobody's taking time really to think about how blessed they are, how rich their life is, and more importantly, the fact that they are only seeing the highlight reel or a
Dangerous.
very short segment of someone else's life portrayed on a screen in their TikTok or whatever they're watching, right? And I really want, and just like I do these young men, I wanted to encourage anybody listening or following or watching what we are doing here at Duo Jive. Please understand, this is a very small segment of our lives. And even though I may be one of the richest guys I know when I have no money in the bank, that's not who I am. Who I am is just a guy who has an everyday job, who really enjoyed his children, has really enjoyed his life, enjoys it still today, and I'm not looking at anybody else and wanting their life. I'm not looking at anybody else, and I want to encourage others to do the same. One of the reasons why I am the richest guy I know with no money in the bank is because of the fact that I don't look to others. I look up. I wonder what God thinks about me. I don't wonder. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm not influenced by their life. I'm appreciative of them, and I see them every once in a while, and some of their opinions resonate with me, and I'll watch them. But I don't want anybody else's life. I'm not looking to anyone else because I look up. And I
It
really wanted
definitely
to.
helps that you were lucky, blessed with the advantage. I don't know if you'd say advantage or just the circumstance that you were born in the generation you were born in. Like basically you were ahead, so looking at social media, you understand, that's not normal. That's not, you understand
Right.
what life is outside of social media. Kids nowadays do not. They grew up with it. That's a part of their lives, seeing other people,
Too
watching
big of a
other
part,
people,
maybe?
consuming other people. Under
Yes.
what?
Too big of a part, maybe?
That's the funny part because we're all of a sudden living in a life in a generation that, and I actually recently thought about this. We're living in a generation to where instead of having to compete with your neighborhood or with your town, you're having to compete with the rest of the world in what you do or who you are. And now all of a sudden you're seeing people live a life across the other side of the world completely different from yours, and you're like, I want that. And now you're consumed by it, and now it makes you depressed because you don't have that, and it can really take a toll on you mentally and physically. So you're
And
spot
that's the
on with
thing.
that. Yes. So keeping two things, keeping your understanding where you are in that scenario, and then counting your blessings and count and thanking God, being like, well, maybe I'm not exactly where that guy is, but look at where I am at. Look at what I do have. Look at the circumstances in my life. Let's look at my highlight reel, and we need to do that through God, through
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. 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 Be
So
thankful
you're
for what
completely
you
spot
have.
on with that.
And I really can't encourage people enough to be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for what
Be
you have
thankful for
because
what you have.
God responds to gratitude a whole lot more than he does crybaby or being upset about not having certain things or being jealous or anything like that.
That's not going to
And
get you anywhere.
being appreciative for what you have will be an excellent step forward in your relationship with God, especially, but even in the world. And people ask me
Yes, sir.
oftentimes, how can you possibly be super stinking fantastic all the time? And it's very easy. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not thinking about what I may or not have, where I'm at in my life. I don't think about any of that. I never do. I really wake up thinking about, well, what can I do for God today? How can I help somebody? How can I be a blessing in somebody's life? And when you have that view on life, it really changes how you are. And you can be super stinking fantastic.
That's
All
awesome.
right, bro.
And that can give a lot of people hope, I mean, even if it's not everyone, just those few out there that can take that and hopefully know that there is more out there for them, and hopefully remember that, understand it, and
Hopefully.
first figure out their relationship with God. But yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. What
Good way
about
to
you,
end it.
man?
You summed it up right there, man. I think that's a great spot to end it on.
Okay, let's do. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir. Thanks for joining in and listening in on this week's episode.
So this episode
Oh, wow,
one.
this is 13.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is episode 13.
Wow.
We're
Wow.
already in
Okay.
double digits, baby.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Likewise.
Congratulations. Yeah. What you've done.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's been pretty awesome. All right, bro. Let's
But yeah,
go.
it's
Let's
exciting.
go.
And it's
Well,
only room
let's
for
set a goal.
improvement. Only can only go up from here. Huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's set a
Yes.
goal and have a party on episode 25 or 50 or something.
I think so. I think you're right. I think 50 is definitely the magic number there. That's going to be getting somewhere special. But
All right.
in the meantime, I've enjoyed talking to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and remember to live life to the fullest.
Amen. Peace out.
Love you.
Love you.